From Sun to Earth, the story of fusion. For thousands of years, people gazed at the stars and wondered what made them shine. The ancient Greeks believed the sun was a flaming ball of metal. By the 19th century, some scientists thought the sun was shrinking, and that this created the heat to power its core. It was a puzzle that defeated some of the finest minds in history. In 1920, British physicist Arthur Eddington gave a public lecture suggesting that fusion powered the sun. It was all down to Einstein and his recent discovery, E=mc². Hydrogen was being fused and turned into helium. The energy these reactions unlocked was enough to keep the sun and all the stars burning. Eddington began to wonder, could we make our own fusion machines here on Earth? Turning the power of the sun into an energy source proved to be one of the toughest challenges in science. Over the next 20 years, scientists worked out which reactions were happening in the sun's core, and performed experiments showing that fusion of hydrogen to helium was possible in a laboratory. In the years following World War II, different concepts for fusion machines were tried out. In the late 1960s, the tokamak design emerged as the leading contender for a fusion power plant. It's a ring-shaped chamber which uses magnets to contain a hot plasma of hydrogen particles that are fused together. By the 1980s, large tokamaks were being built, and in 1991, the joint European Taurus jet achieved fusion using the fuels needed for power stations. But going from a laboratory experiment to a fusion power plant isn't easy. Recent decades have seen major advances in the quest for fusion, in controlling the plasma, in materials and components, and in robotics to keep machines running smoothly. An international experiment called ITER will be the world's first full-scale demonstration of fusion power. And the race is on around the globe to put carbon-free fusion electricity on the grid. The STEP Fusion programme will deliver a UK prototype fusion energy plant targeting 2040 and a path to commercial viability of fusion, making Eddington's dream a reality. As Eddington himself once said, a star is drawing on some vast reservoir of energy by means unknown to us. This reservoir can scarcely be other than the subatomic energy which, it is known, exists abundantly in all matter. We sometimes dream that man will one day learn to release it and use it for his service. The store is well nigh inexhaustible, if only it could be tapped.